Those are problems, Kenny.
Coronavirus. That's my problem.
You're just going to do it every episode until this pandemic is over, are you?
This is the only time I've done it. I haven't done it in recent episodes. And if I did, it was like 7 episodes ago.
Literally 2 weeks ago, Kenny.
I did not do that 2 weeks ago. You don't have proof.
Literally, the episode. It's my proof.
I didn't do that. I didn't do it.
Anyways, my response was, listen here, you little shit. You're going to stop saying that shit over and over.
Oh, well, I probably only said it one time, though.
Can't stop. So
I got people doing that off the random, too. They just walk around and be like, I'd be like, yeah, that's right. What comes after it? Coronavirus. There you go. I say that all the time on 2K in the park, in the rack. Whenever somebody duck, I'd be like, coronavirus. And people just be dying laughing. Why? I don't know. But continue.
All right, Kenny. Okay. The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to throw a curveball in this one. Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's not a good one. Mr. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the exercise. One no long. Nah, that wouldn't work for the exercise, would it? All right, so Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Triple H.
Okay.
You have to. Who would you boost again in modern day? So if you brought them back in their prime, who would you like push?
Push, okay.
Who would be capable of a push modern day? Who would you repackage modern day? Whose career wouldn't exist?
Modern day out of those 3?
Like, would never ever exist. Like, they
wouldn't be what they were.
Their careers and accomplishments never happened.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I would have to push Undertaker.
Okay.
Because it's just something about that dead man legacy. We need that undefeated streak at WrestleMania. I would have to repackage Stone Cold because nowadays people would not take too kindly with drinking beer on national television and flipping the bird. Okay. You know, it's great. You know, we'd love to see that, but can't really make that as a face. And it sucks, but I just have to get rid of Hunter. Like, we get robbed out of like a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't get DX. But, you know, we also don't get Evolution or the Authority, which we could live without the Authority. We don't get McMahon Helmsley. We don't get Cerebral Assassin. We don't get your favorite quote.
What? I am fucking game?
No. Your other favorite quote. In order to make peace, must be prepared for war. However you say it.
Why don't you just say your mantra?
because I don't know what it was.
And also, that has existed long before Triple H.
It didn't resonate till he did it. You know, we didn't know that shit. You didn't.
Me personally, I was into Latin.
Whatever, Carlos.
It's just me. All right, right for me. I would.
Pushing Stone Cold.
The Undertaker wouldn't exist.
Wow, really? Did you know what you just got rid of?
I know. But here's the thing, right? Aside from the streak, let's throw away the allure of the streak. All right. What did the Undertaker do that was innovative that wouldn't immediately be creatively thought of in 2020?
Casket match.
Again.
Hell in a Cell match.
Again, nah, because we still have Kane. So the Hell in a Cell match was going to happen at some point.
No.
It's just in this alternate reality, it's Kane that throws Mankind off of it.
That don't slap the same.
Honestly, I can legitimately think of an alternative angle as to how that goes down. Because about it, Kenny, the first Hell in a Cell match is all from Heart and Soul SummerSlam 97. I mean, 96.
No.
Yes. And which
it don't slap the same.
In which Bret Hart fought The Undertaker, with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. You replace The Undertaker, you put in Kane.
No.
Yeah, don't slap the same. You're right. But still, nonetheless, eventually, the Hell in a Cell match was going to be invented. Why? Because the Elimination Chamber was eventually invented. And the Elimination Chamber couldn't be invented until you invented the Hell in a Cell.
American Badass.
Huh?
American Badass. Big Evil.
Then on top of that, you have War Games, which is in a cage.
Wouldn't that have came until after?
Again, the innovation of putting a lid on a cage and making it a match would have came at some point in 2020. Before 2020, easily.
No.
We're talking about as early as 2000.
No.
Oh, God. The Hell in a Cell match would have been a thing as early as 2000.
It wouldn't have stopped right. Undertaker is Mr. Hell in a Cell. Can't take it.
Sure, but still, nonetheless, it would still be innovation without Undertaker.
I'm changing shirts on you because you keep talking, keep explaining.
Now, not to take away from the Undertaker, though.
What you doing?
I'm not taking it away. I'm just saying what he does would be creatively thought of with the likes of Bray Wyatt, fucking Aleister Black.
None of those hit the same.
You said what?
None of those slap the same.
Kenny, you look through the lens of nostalgia. That's not on me.
I look through the lens of correct.
Huh?
I look through the lens of what's correct.
Do you? So,
yes.
With that being said, yeah, no. I'm going to remove The Undertaker from it because we don't even do buried alive matches anymore. So it's like,
they do it if he's around.
No, because it's not family friendly. They barely got away with murder with the Boneyard match, if we're being honest. Let's keep it funky. If it were family friendly, it would still be a thing.
Listen, Undertaker does not go away. I don't care what you're talking about.
Doesn't my book. So continuing on.
Just an asshole.
I would repackage Triple H. Why? Because if we're being honest, there's quite a bit of things we can do with Triple H. Like, look what he did with a Connecticut Blue Blood. That's a creative mind. That is a student of the game. And that's why we call him the game. And with that being said, that would still be a moniker regardless, because he's a student of the game. It all works in circles. So you repackage Triple H. You can even give Triple H something, like give him the option of what he wants to do. Like, talk it through with him. What do you want to do with your character? Like, how do you want to be repackaged? What are you most comfortable being as a personality? What is you amplified times 100? You know what I'm saying? And we can run that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it would work in this climate because we're looking for edginess anyway. In a PG era. We're trying to get as close to Attitude Era as possible. You know what I'm saying? As close as we can without censorship. So, with that being said, that is exactly why we push Stone Cold to the moon. Because regardless, here's the thing. Here was the allure about Stone Cold. He exemplified the everyman. So you tuned in to watch Stone Cold beat the shit out of, if not Vince McMahon, who was the man, villains that were detrimental to the everyday average Joe. You throw on the redneckness, the beer swilling, boom, there you have it. You know what I'm saying?
Just disrespecting the Undertaker.
And then all you gotta do in this climate is strip away the beer drinking. What are we gonna replace it with? And we'll cross that bridge when we figure it out.
Milk.
We gotta keep that fresh for Kurt Angle. That was fun. That was so.
I'm gonna drink a big glass of milk.
That was fun. But at any rate, yeah.
What do you say?
Take Viagra. Like I said, in order for one of these wrestlers to not exist, there has to be some form of disrespect. And I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of things that Undertaker has done that back in the 90s made you go, holy shit. That's either scary as hell to you or that's awesome as fuck to you. And that allure has kept us alive for the last 30 years. And even now, if we were to hear a bell toll and the light go dark, we lose our shit at age 28 and 29.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, I think he's coming back to TV soon.
I don't think it's, well,
I seen a report that he might be coming back to TV soon.
I think he's coming back to TV for promotion because I think he is going to officially bring his career full circle.
Fighting the Hell in a Cell match again?
No. Going back to where it all started. Survivor Series.
Fighting the Hell in a Cell Survivor Series?
Yes. Kenny, look at me. You look at me.
I'm looking at you.
because I don't want to hear nary of it anymore. The Undertaker's not fighting a Hell in a Cell in the year of our Lord 2020. Okay?
All right, we better have a whole Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Kenny.
It's going to be The Undertaker versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, in a Hell in a Cell Inferno match.
No.
The winner becomes the number one contender for the Universal Championship.
No, Kenny.
Here is your winner, The Undertaker.
Shut up.
Get that man the belt again. Who's going to challenge The Undertaker for the belt? When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. You gotta take a stand or hell to hide. Where you hurt my free, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. I am a real American. Yep, that's gonna be a WrestleMania main event. It's gonna be The Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan for the Universal title. Hogan hit him with the leg drop.
Kenny, here's the funny irony to this, all right? Here's the funny ass irony to this. And I want you to listen to me here. You are running you're running with this for one of two reasons. Number one, to piss me off. Number two, to watch the WWE finally fold because fans finally go, that's it. However, Kenny, here's the thing, right? What will make you laugh will end up making you shake your head when that really does happen.
I ain't gonna shake my head.
Everyone else eats that shit all up.
That's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be happy. I'm like, yes.
Now, Kenny, the odds of this happening are very slim to extremely none. However, if it were to happen, you know whose fault it'll be. And it damn sure won't be Vince McMahon's. It'll be the motherfucker on this show that brought this idea up in the first place.
It ain't gonna be my fault because Vince is already thinking about it. Me.
You put it.
I've been strong, right and wrong.
You put it into the universe.
I won't take trouble for very long.
Now you're just manifesting it.
Who's gonna challenge Hogan? Woo! 80-year-old Ric Flair coming down to the ring.
Here's the irony of all. There's more. I will watch the Ric Flair match in the year of our Lord 2020. However, it won't be against Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Live via satellite. It is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am your empathetic yet foul mouth half of this show. Gettysburg's favorite son, young raspy god, Carlos Crawford, a.k.a. accusing Bret Hart of cheating on his wife with Sonny. It's Chin Music Charlie. A.k.a. Thick Flair. I've spent more money on spilt booze with Cuban cakey last Sunday sitting on my lawn than what you've made in the last 6 months.
You didn't do it right. You were supposed to say he's seen some sunny days. You didn't do it right. I'm so disappointed in you.
No, I did it right. I don't linger. You don't linger on Chin Music Charlie. You do the bit, you keep it moving. It's funnier that way. Trust me on this. Hey, Stack Miller. Before I started, I'm regarded as one of the hardest in the yard. No money from my job, I was distracted by these broads. She said you want that pussy, then walk the plank in. I dove into that ocean, I saw her naked in the Hall of Angels. Chasing lion tigers called a bangle. Best finagle the bagel, rally wailing the navel. AKA Gelato Graham. Once upon a time, the New York Edibles wanted me. That team would have put me out of shape.
Jesus Christ.
AKA Ricky Spanglish. He really managed to beat out Donald Trump in the elections using his own playbook. I don't know whether to love it or hate it. Ricky Spanglish. AKA the idiom savant. Kenny, you got to cut the WWE some slack, buddy. You got it, man. You just got it. AKA Trill Mascaras, man with no face. Once again, I'm not even ready for the last AKA. And it's everyone's favorite AKA. Because you know the fucking bot. Your boy's been in money. Alright. AKA Haystack West. So mama, explain to me again why we can't just sneak out of here again. We don't get these guys out of oppression. We can't get out. Therefore, we become the oppressed, honey. All right.
Gonna need a better plan in charge. Looks like reinforcements are coming seaside.
Is that a fucking ship? Shit. We have a cannon at the top of the lighthouse, but we must find a way up there. Why not the stairs? Man, this is bullshit. Who killed the stairs? All right, Moose, old man with Pierre and I. Sheriff, you take point down here. You just don't fuck up that cannon. We're going to be fine down here. Sure. Let's move. There, y'all lead. We cover. Moose, go ahead and introduce yourself to these people.
I got something deep inside of me. Courage is the thing that keeps us free. My name is Kenneth Whitaker, aka Hendrick Soul, the original the Millennial Falcon.
Jeez. Yeah.
I fly the ship. I fly it. I fly it. I fly it. I fly it. Woo! Like an amigo. Woo! Why is it so low?
The volume is low. Jesus. One more time.
Yeah, that's better. AKA last place Jedi. You will buy me the new iPhone 12 and the PS5.
Oh, you wildin'. However,
purchase has been made.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. AKA Mr. Ghost Slick Vodka. Do you know who I am? I'm Fogo. Hey, holy shit, Fogo's a badass. Fucking pigs. Oh shit. My smell it, asshole. It's crazy. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious, bro. AKA
You guys get lost.
The American Scale Buster Rhodes. I winding down with kings and queens. And I said, Allie, eating on pork and beans. And it made me really hefty, daddy. You always call another nigga daddy. I don't like that. I don't know how I feel about that. At a time when wrestling wasn't sexually fluid.
Daddy is just a word.
Yeah, you want to say so? The word. AKA, not your man, I'm a savage. You yeah. Mean Gene, I know you're not eating during my promo, but you had that mic ready. I get ya. So what you need to know, Mean Gene, is that as long as you stay prepared and the Nacho Man makes his presence known, the Nacho Man has no issue with you yet. But the Nacho Man does have an issue with these hoes because these hoes always want to try me, Mean Gene. And you know what the Nacho Man says to hoes when they try to try him? He says they better try harder or they find the next fight out of town. Yeah, because the Nacho Man is what he says to be, and that is the cream of the crop. And any hoe that thinks they can take the chance with the Nacho Man, elbow drop from the top. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, live from the top of Mount Everest. What are we doing here without any coats or anything? Back to you, Gorilla. I gotta get down here.
AKA the very sexual, the very tight,
very tight-ish.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Ah,
I just hope my wire team is ready.
Oh.
One of my wires broke. Isn't this magical? Oh man. Oh my goodness. AKA Fish Black Man. Yeah. Now that I've got my Stacker 2s and my unlimited stocks of pizza inside my office, we're going to have ourselves a Who's the Strong Man match. So get Mark Henry, get my son Shane, get my son-in-law Paul, and get Roman Reigns. And it's going to take place where, Carlos?
Before I say it, what is your son doing in that mix-up in your office?
In my office. And those people that like to question my creative control, people will get the boot each and every time. And you're never allowed in the Thunderdome because people don't see the true creativity that I possess. And that's why I'm going to give you an iPhone 12 on a pole match. And whoever can get that, people will to see it each and every time because I always got you eating out of the palm of my power. We are back. Oh God. I know that's your favorite match, so you know I always put something on a poll for you.
Fuck you, I hate on a pole match.
Vince Russo's neck on a pole match. Dr. Death singlet on a pole match.
If you'll put anything on a pole. Anything.
And gloves from Brawl for All on a pole match.
Okay. Anything.
You don't want Bar Guns gloves?
No.
He used to knock JBL on us. He beat the shit out of JBL. But then proceeded to get his ass whipped by Butterbean.
One of these days we're going to review that tournament.
No, I think we shouldn't.
I think we should. I know something. Because it's funny as shit.
I think we should just leave that alone.
No, we should not. Because if you watch that episode of Dark Side of the Ring, that's all funny as fuck. And it makes you want to go back and watch it.
It is funny, but
it's supposed to be dark, but it ends up being hilarious. However,
speaking of reviewing things,
Yes, because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't do a 10 count this week. Why? Because it's go home week before the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view this Sunday. And, well, for some odd reason, the go home shows before the minor pay-per-views are usually
The trash.
above average.
The trash.
No,
the trash.
they're usually good.
No.
No.
Look at me in the eye with the glare.
Oh, I'm looking at you dead eye right now. It usually is above average. Nothing, major, but it ends on a high note with momentum going towards the end.
They're normally trash.
Well, this week it wasn't the case. Had Kenny had shut up, I would have immediately got around to that point.
You shut up. I'm sick of you. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you. I want to tell you right in your eye. I'm not afraid of you. Damn it.
Yeah, well, I seen everything but God. So I'll give you it's all about who got more want to.
I've seen heaven and hell, nigga. I got homes in both. See Michael Jackson moonwalking on the
we'll end up on the news and shit because we end up having a fight to the death and shit.
Because nobody wanted to admit that they could
shut up for a sword, like. It's not what I had in mind at all.
That's enough. Well, introduce them to what we're about to do. I'm going to get something to drink really quickly because I'm
right. Well, again, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, the go home week was a little slow. Jory may be out on that because, well, we're recording on a Friday night rather than a Saturday night, and I missed SmackDown. So I don't know how that panned out. At any rate, instead of a 10 count this week, this past Sunday, Kenny and I watched a classic pay-per-view, and we decided to review it. Now, the pay-per-view that we watched was SummerSlam from 2002. Kenny and I initially decided to do Unforgiven 1998. But then I looked at the card for Unforgiven 1998 and I said, Kenny, there's no fucking way we're going to make it through this entire show without us falling asleep or not even bothering to take notes. The card wasn't as big as this card. However, whenever the hell Kenny gets back, we'll go ahead and start the pay-per-view review.
Stop talking about me, asshole.
All right, Kenny, how nice of you to show back up. What is that?
I wasn't gone that long.
You were gone long enough for me to finish explaining what's going on here, Kenny.
Okay, well, I'm here. Fuck.
However, with that being said, this pay-per-view opened up with Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio Jr. And listen, they worked the shit out of this match, Kenny. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, did they work the shit out of this match. This match was this is how you open up a show. Lots of unique reversals, a good solid story. Might I add, Kurt Angle was the first mayor of Suplex City, and we don't talk about it often. Being on a second if you count Taz. That's if you remember Taz as a wrestler.
Which a lot of you probably don't.
I do. And Taz was the first mayor of Suplex City.
And you would survive only if he let you.
Only if he let you. Because he was also a submission specialist. That being said, Kurt Angle was the second mayor of Suplex City prior to Brock Lesnar. Kenny, what did you say for your notes? Because I just can't talk about enough how amazing this match was. Because
I have.
There was one point in the match where I don't know what happened. However, it ended up with Kurt Angle doing a whole fucking like flip and landing that bitch into an ankle lock. I said, holy shit. Like, I didn't even know he did shit like that. And I grew up watching this motherfucker. Like, I don't even remember this shit. So I was like, that amazed the hell out of me. It's like, yo, Kurt Angle was really keeping up with Rey Mysterio as a legitimate wrestler. Like, off the strength that he is a legit wrestler. He was keeping up with Rey. And that shit was absolutely fun to watch. I give that 5 for opening match.
Yeah, that's a 5. I got Kurt Angle as a machine. Controls pace perfectly.
That's for true.
I got Rey is the king of David versus Goliath storytelling.
Oh, yes.
He definitely did that. Like, beautiful.
No one's more David than Rey Mysterio. Let me tell you. Hornswoggle, maybe. But, nobody takes it.
I said both of their styles complement each other perfectly.
Yes. That's another thing. Like, that Kurt Angle is your, Olympic wrestler, yes. But he's also a very technical wrestler. However, he was able to keep up with Rey's lucha match pace. And that's what made it so exciting, the pace of the match. It was really a fast-paced match as an opening match. That match ran for about a good, 7 or 8 minutes?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The last one isn't really a wrestling note. I just thought it was funny. I said Rey out here looking like Silver Surfer and Angle looking like a box of Cracker Jacks.
Look. Look here, man. All right. This is not what I had thought of. I just thought I was in awe of how good that match was. I didn't even want to make jokes about it, to be honest. Like, that match really
I had jokes.
That match really fucked hard. However, it goes to the next segment. Steph and Eric Bischoff, they are forced to share the office. Or not forced to share the office. Bischoff offers Stephanie McMahon to share the office, seeing as how they're both sharing the pay-per-view. Well, I wrote down prepare for hijinks.
I didn't even write anything for that because I didn't think it was worth my time. But I do have a note. I do have a note of him always talking about being on top with Stephanie. Around this time, he always alluding to some sexual innuendo, which is kind of creepy.
No, I was gonna get to that. That was the next time they were up. However, I also want to throw out the reminder that Austin is not at this SummerSlam. Notably, if you know, you know.
I'm a little.
You said what?
I was gonna say I'm a little bitch, but I don't want no smoke with Stone Cold.
No, you don't. And if we being completely honest, I get why he did it. Was it a bitch move? To us, yeah. However, to a person in their line of work, that seems pretty well fucked up. Like I would feel short-ended too. It's like you're at work, right? And everyone knows how good of a employee you are. However, the person that just started like a couple of months ago, they're about to get this raise over you, and you've been putting in the consistent work for like the last God knows how long years.
But you've had the raise already.
Yes. However,
multiple times.
However, you're consistently employee of the month too. So you constantly earn those raises. You know what I mean?
Going to get another one. What are you talking about?
Listen, man. This company would not be where it is today without Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's a fact, Jack. That's bottom line. Not because Stone Cold said so, because that is just facts. So, without Stone Cold being pushed to the moon like he did, this company would have folded in 01. Do you not remember the scenarios? Like it's just a fact because of what was buzzworthy at the time. So you take away the push that he had, it's the WWE is lukewarm. And honestly, we're probably not watching wrestling as much as we do now.
Oh no, I think The Rock could have handled it.
No. Because The Rock left around 2001. Initially. See what I mean?
Yeah, but he would have been all right. The company would have been all right by then.
Listen, at the time,
was in there by then.
At the time, the WWE had like your mid-carders that probably should have been main eventers, but they were taking forever to do. And then you had your over-the-roaders who were taking like, your management roles. And then you had Undertaker, Triple H, and in 02, you still had The Rock, right? At this point, they were trying to push Brock Lesnar to the moon. I understand that. So what you should have done was had him meet Stone Cold at least at the semifinals. At least. Because it makes for a better build. It just simply makes for better TV to anticipate that shit more. And as the tournament goes along, you're like, you want this, but you're going to see how this pans out. And the more it creeps up, you realize, holy shit, this is about to happen. And then you make it a huge match out of it. That way, when Brock Lesnar does move on, the finals of that King of the Ring tournament is much bigger. And then not only that, we will still have the King of the Ring tournament to this day in consistency and not just on occasion whenever they want to do a King Hill roll.
Moving on.
Flair versus Le Champion. Before Le Champion was Le Champion.
Opinion song.
First and foremost, I wrote down Flair has overdubbed music and it was awful. like the same fucking song Ric Flair's used for his entrance for how long? Everyone's entire lives. And you guys overdub it on the network. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? At any rate, Flair was going crazy back in 02, though. He was wilding. He was wilding, bro. I was like, yo, that's my guy. I was looking at the package. Yo, he was so wild. Man, that's my fucking dude, though. Like, Ric Flair is a fucking man. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, I got what the fuck is Flair's music first.
All right. So going into the match. First of all, Jericho's had the same work grunt for like forever.
Get off my notes. I got Jericho grunt just as strong to this day.
Great minds, great minds. It's like a weird ungodly yell, though. I also noted that Flair's punch sells were amazing, bro. Like when he had fucking Jericho up in the corner, and he was like he started like throwing punches at him, jabs and shit. Son, them jabs look crisp as shit, and they didn't look like wrestling jabs. They look like motherfucking like one of them jumps. I was like, oh shit. Let me find out there. I ain't know that. I thought you were just all chops, my nigga. I'm sorry. I apologize. So, I added in. At some point this year, Flair was the manager of Raw, thus making this match even funnier. That made it even funnier to me. Flair has a full move set, and yet 50% of his offense are chops. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I am. I am. Because that means for 50% of the match, we all can yell together, woo, in unison. That's always fun. That never gets old. It doesn't. Say it with me, Kenny. 1, 2, 3. Woo! See? Never gets old. Charlotte adding a bridge to the figure 4 leg lock has spoiled us. Well, me at least. Because the figure 4 was slapped on, and I was like, it'd been cooler if he at least bent back. Some shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't had to do a bridge. I know you weren't going to do a bridge, Rick. You got a bad back. But still, put some torque in that shit at least. It's like, I don't even believe it hurts anymore now that your daughter makes it look painful. Like, I don't know, man. But, however, at the end of the match, I said once more, Flair was going crazy. I said, that's my dude.
All right, so after the Jericho grunt, I got both of their sell jobs are a little over the top, but it fits for the match. So,
sure.
They like to sell them match. They like to sell those punches and moves so hard. Flair is selling this like he's like, oh. I'm like,
that was fun. That was fun to watch.
Like, nigga, it don't hurt that bad.
Right. But that's the thing I've always liked about Jericho, the nuances. It's the little things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it goes into my next point. That you could tell Jericho trained in that Stu Hart dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that dude is like, he's technically sound. Like, even today, like now I think about it, I rarely see Jericho botching.
I'm sure you can tell who was trained in the dungeon.
Yes.
By their style.
Except for Natalya, because Natalya is.
I thought about that over the week. And I think it's this, right? Natalya should have been pushed better. Because had Natalya been pushed better, that would have pushed Natalya to have to, it put the fire under her ass to have to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that Natalya wasn't 100% taken seriously per se. Even since 2014, it's like she's had title runs, she's had the title, but when she did have the title, they didn't give her much for a run. Her run didn't last long. She's supposed to be a descendant of a major wrestling of a legendary wrestling family. You're supposed to book her as such. And they dropped the ball on that. So with that being said, it kind of works like a video game overall, if you will, and progression and regression. Natalya could have been at least a 92 overall female wrestler. We'll put her cap at 92 overall. However, right now, if you play 2K, Natalya's like a 78. And it's a shame because Natalya doesn't have to be a 78 overall, or she shouldn't be a 78 overall. However, her career trajectory has led her to a 78 overall.
I don't know why, Carlos.
But that's enough of me defending Natalya.
I don't know why 78 overall.
Is that what?
Wonder why she is 78 overall.
Why, Kenny?
Because she married the Tyson kid, and they both average. I know his career is over and it's terrible and sad because he has Tyson champ. But
I fucking hated him. I hated him.
Tyson kid don't slap like that.
Tyson Kidd. Anytime I watch a Tyson Kidd match, I go, "Yeah, I'm not watching this match. I don't care if Cesaro's in it."
Exactly. But moving right along,
I like Tyson Kidd, man. Fuck that guy.
Moving right
along. However, next match was Eddie Guerrero versus Edge, in which I started my notes with, first and foremost, Latino Heat was a fun gimmick. That was a fun ass gimmick. Absolutely fun gimmick. And this period was Eddie's prime, if you ask me. Because this was 4 or so years. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 4 years before he passed away. Right?
Yeah.
He's just starting to reach the major ranks in the WWE after the invasion angle. And in the midst of all of this, he's really coming on his own with his gimmick, with his Latino Heat gimmick. And that ends up turning into the lie, cheat, and steal gimmick. However, the lie, cheat, and steal gimmick kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It would have shined brighter if Eddie was as healthy as he was during the Latino Heat years, if that makes sense. So it's like, lie, cheat, steal was everyone's favorite gimmick, yeah. But Latino Heat might have been Eddie's prime that wasn't in the WCW. Oh my god! Then fucking Edge came out with the motherfucking Rob Zombie song. Yeah, rebel. Yeah.
It's a horror show. Watch it. Never gonna stop.
Motherfucking Edge running out there going crazy on the stage. I was like, oh man, best Edge entrance. Come fight me.
Cause I want it all. Sorry.
I didn't take much match notes because I was too busy watching the match.
I literally just have what a match.
God. This
I was literally sitting on bed watching the match like this.
I couldn't take my eyes off this match one moment.
I took
my eyes off this match for one moment. And I was
writing match notes to the end. I was like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be writing match notes.
Edge tied Eddie up on the ropes and speared him. I said, mwah, that is amazing. And then from then on, that was early in the match, my nigga. And then from then on, I was just glued because it was a clinic. It was an absolute clinic. And it was fun to watch because it's Edge, who is a legend in his own right, who we've seen wrestle recently. And we understand now that he was that dude in his prime. And this is prime Edge. Rob Zombie Edge is prime Edge. No, I lied.
But I said, don't lie, bro.
Supreme Opportunist Edge is prime Edge. No, Supreme Opportunist Edge is the best Edge. It's the prime Edge. And then Rated RKO was... Rated RKO wasn't even over the hill. That was a plateau. Damn. Man, Edge
has a hell of a career.
Edge had years left.
Edge had a hell of a career.
Edge had years left, dog. And his finisher caused him his career, pretty much. That's the crazy part about it.
I see clearly everything is coming.
You have Edge in that light, and then you have the late great Eddie Guerrero, and it's always fun watching an Eddie Guerrero match because not only is he, technically sound, lucha sound, like that's a term, but like you get what I mean. It's luchador sound, and then not only that, man, he could string a story up. Like he could really tell you a story in the ring. And it wasn't a matter of, the wrestling moves tell you the story. It was just his gestures, his like the faces that he made, the things that he did that was like compatible with what was going on with the storyline. Like it added on to the match. It made the match better. Like Eddie was not ahead of his time, but man, timeless, if you ask me. So yeah, those are all the notes that I took on that. I actually took a note of the commercial after that match. It said WWE, our season never ends, in which my response was, yeah, explain the season careers this past week, motherfucker. So we go back to the office where Stephanie and Eric Bischoff are. And that's when the on top innuendos came about because they're like, well, we're gonna come out on top tonight. And Eric's like, no, I think it's gonna be me that comes on top. I'm like, okay, Eric, that's enough out of you. You and your just for men. So it then moves on to fucking WWE New York, which is probably the WWE's worst idea, for being honest.
Damn.
Like, I heard that the food there was trash. Then, like, the merchandise, it was supposed to be like the fucking main hub for WWE merchandise. It wasn't really that much merchandise there all the time. Like, it was like, what are you here for? What are you doing here? You're just a bar at this point. You're a WWE bar. That's all. At any rate, so so they move on to WWE New York. Jamie Noble is cucking out Nydia to randos. That was weird. I don't know. I honestly watched that entire scene. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like Jamie Noble is on the microphone and he's like, "Come on, Nydia, which one you gonna take home tonight?" I was like, "What the fuck going on right now?" And she's like, "That one." I was like, "All right, you're cool with this, Jamie? I thought y'all were dating. What did I miss between my childhood and my adulthood?" And I gotta run this moment back. And A, I don't remember this moment. B, I don't remember how we got to this moment. Like, I just don't understand. Make it make sense to me. And you know what? I couldn't make it make sense to me. Why? Because before I can make it make sense to me, Nydia just starts slobbering down this rando, and Jamie Noble's like cheering. I guess Beth's replaced on this. I don't know. I said, man, I was like, this is wild. This is blowing my mind right now. But then as I'm trying to take notes, I turn over to Nydia and she's still slobbing dude down. I was like, man, she's really tugging him down. She's going crazy. I was like, man, I tell you what, Nydia had the body, man. She had no yeeks, but she had body.
She had no yeeks, but she had body. Moving right along. Let's go to the next match.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yes. Why not indeed? We move on to Rob Van Dam versus Chris Benoit.
Wait, that match was before Booker T Goldust?
Oh, shit. I completely forgot all about that match. I paid
Good.
no attention to that match. I'm gonna be honest.
Because all I put was yawn, so we can go on.
Take notes for that match. All right, that's cool. So yeah, RVD versus Benoit. My notes for that was a Chris Benoit showing on WWE Network. Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
Kenny was making comments on Benoit's wrestling, but most of them were allusions to his suicide, such as "Give me that weight" and "dead weight."
Not true.
And that's why I took note of that in particular, because I knew Kenny was going to deny that. I also said, say what you will about Benoit, he was a very logistic worker. Absolutely.
I complimented Benoit on his strength. He could really carry somebody over his head. He could really perform well on moves.
That was your most innocent analysis. You said that entire match.
And then I said, rest in peace to Benoit, because he was really, really great as a pro. And I put RVD as a pro's pro. He's one of those grab your lunch pail, go to work, and go home and clock out type dudes and do well at your job. He's like, all right, just another day in the office. Let me go in here, do what I do best.
Chris, man, it was business, but it was also life.
I mentioned that for RVD, but Chris is the same way too.
Well, I mean, RVD, he was just chill as hell, man. I'm pretty sure RVD was smoking weed at that time too. We just let it pass. I gave that RVD and Benoit match actually 4 stars because it was a solid match. It was like they just worked, and it was Chris Benoit, and it was always fun to watch Chris Benoit because of how logistic of a worker he is. Like the move that he does in the time, in the moments that he does them, they make complete perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could think of the entire time I was watching that match. Like all of Chris Benoit's moveset, every moment that he did every move, it made sense to do that move at that moment. You know
all I could think of watching that match.
I don't even know where you're going, but I just don't like it whatsoever because
I'm not saying. I didn't say anything. All I can think about was Benoit. That's all I can think about.
With that being said, Edge versus Eddie was 5 stars. Flair versus Le Champion, I gave that 4.
Yeah.
So far, this is a 4.5 star pay-per-view.
The only bad match on here so far is Booker T and Goldust versus the Un-American,
which was 0 stars. I didn't even watch it. So,
bro, I fell asleep on that show.
They're averaging 4.5 stars. Right
I'm not gonna hold you. I fell asleep on it.
So we move on to another segment of Stephanie dunking on Bischoff all night. I said Stephanie dunks on Bischoff's creepy ass all night thus far. That's all I said about the segment. I don't even remember what happened in the segment, but Stephanie just Bischoff says something it was some type of advance towards Stephanie, in the form of an innuendo. And then Stephanie just looked at him, then looked down and then back up at him and just bust out laughing and walked off. I said, oh shit. I said, man, she didn't have to say anything. That was excellent. That was excellent work, Stephanie. Yo, Stephanie be taking liberties, dog. I think that's something I've realized here. Stephanie was taking liberties. So we go to Undertaker versus Test. Listen, man, I don't like that fucking biker gimmick, bro. Fuck that gimmick. This gimmick was whack. Fuck that motorcycle, bro. That's what I wrote down.
I just wrote it was extended wash for Taker. That's all
I wrote. I said that Sarah tattoo on Undertaker's neck. Never forget me.
Mm-hmm. Remember when you had said
you had a tattoo of your ex-wife right there on your neck for everybody to see. Everybody knew who your wife was by the end of the year. Everybody knew their name. All right, you did this. Don't act like you didn't do it. You did this. We remember. We didn't forget. Yeah, that happened. Next match was Triple H versus HBK.
the match what made us come here.
Exactly. This was the match that brought us here. This was the match that made us go, Unforgiven 98 is not a good idea at all. All right? My notes were as such. Shawn Michaels sells so well. Like, God, he's good at selling. Shawn Michaels is so good at selling. Like, it looked like he really getting fucked up. But, you know, he's protected because, you know, it's a wrestling match. But he makes it seem like he was getting murdered or like Triple H was legitimately paralyzing him when he put him in bag breakers and shit. I was like, this is excellent cell work. It's like, because the cell work tells a story that alludes to the fact that this is his first match out of retirement. And the reason why he retired was because he cracked his back against The Undertaker in a casket match at the Royal Rumble. And then proceeded to work until WrestleMania that year, where he dropped the title to Stone Cold. And that was the last that we saw from Shawn Michaels in ring up to this point in 2002. All right? So the backbreakers meant something. And he made sure that you understood that it meant something. Excellent sell work. Triple H is going to work to Michaels' back. I said, if you know, you know. However, I literally just explained it. I said this as a random note. Who here remembers this on WWE 2K15's showcase mode?
I do.
I do too. And now that I think about it, I did not see Philippians 4:13 on Shawn Michaels' beater. That's all I'm saying.
It might not have had it on there.
That's all I'm saying.
Which they should have.
Shawn's eyes were straight around this time.
I want to know why.
Tell him why, Kenny.
Because he wasn't coked up on painkillers.
That's not why, Kenny.
That is why. He wasn't doing drugs. Oh, everybody knows he was doing drugs. He did drugs.
The reason why his eyes are crooked was from that spot during the highlight reel on Monday Night Raw where Jericho threw Shawn Michaels into that motherfucking TV screen, the flat screen. However, that doesn't figure it out. So go on.
Where's the painkillers?
You know what I mean? Moving on.
He said he was on drugs.
Kenny.
I got my notes. I got the first thing I had before the match started. I said Shawn Michaels is saved at this time, right? What if he came out to Jesus Boy instead of Sexy Boy? I think I'm cute. I got the spirit. I read the scriptures that makes everybody praise. I'm just a Jesus boy. Jesus boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a Jesus boy. Jesus boy.
Nah.
Eat your heart out, Satan.
Okay.
Hands off the Holy One.
Hands off the that would have probably saved the joke, but
hands off what?
I said if he had said hands off the holy water, that probably would have saved the joke, but yeah, no, not one of your best, Kenny.
Hands off. It's not supposed to be funny. It's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, it was supposed to be funny in some degree.
Hands off the Holy One is funny. Fuck you if you don't think it isn't.
Oh yeah, man. So there was one point where like Triple H was getting ready to pull out the sledgehammer, and Hebner like shut that look was like nah. So like Triple H was like trying to insist, and Hebner started to kirk on his phone. It's like, no, Hebner's going crazy right now. So I thought there was no DQ. What the fuck?
Okay, what if I said, "Eat your heart out, devil, has off the holy word"? That's funny. Hands off the Holy Ghost.
Again, hands off the holy water would have saved this joke.
Oh man,
because it's merchandise.
A book is merchandise too.
It got to a point in a match where shots to HBK's back was cheating at this point for Triple H. It's like at this point you made your point. Now you're just being ridiculous. Like you're taking chair shots. Like I think the point has been made here. Like just fight him straight up at this point. Why not? However, I understood why, because sweet chin music to the chair causing Triple H to start leaking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's like, yep, just two best friends selling each other's moves in near comical form. Nothing to see here. There's one part that made me geek, right? Where Shawn jogged his ass around the entire ring for momentum and fucking bulldog Triple H into the stairs. That shit made me geek. Also, a crossbody into a table rendered holy shit chants. Sign of the times. That match was amazing, though. Overall, 5 out of 5. Why? Because it's one of my favorite wrestlers versus one of my favorite wrestlers' best friends, and it's two dudes who can really take care of each other in the ring while also beating the absolute shit out of each other.
Plus Jesus.
Kenny.
He did it for Jesus.
Real tired of shit. All right.
Hands off the offering.
So it moves on to the next.
Fuck you, that was funny.
So it moves on to the next moment where Howard Finkel cuts a quick promo about his commitment to the WWE. Then
yes,
comes out and boy, when crazy, boy.
Tittying. Oh my god.
Oh, them titties going crazy.
Man, I damn near had a heart attack seeing Trish come out there. I was like, oh my god.
I said, ooh.
And this was before she was, oh, it's time to rock and roll. This is when she was with TNA, nigga. And she before when she was doing though, you know what I like about tables? They made of wood. I'm like, oh yeah. She said, I like them because they're long and hard. I'm like, yeah.
I imagine like an 8-year-old Kenny watching this like, yeah. Like, whoa. When's your voice drop?
Just not even paying attention to what she's saying. I was just like, a white woman, sexy white woman. And that is when I fell a victim of the devil's nectar. White women.
Wow, you hate to see it. Then my childhood crush Lillian Garcia comes out and washes the Fink. You hate to see it. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
That was funny. We then go into the main event of the night. If Triple H versus HBK wasn't, Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. Before this match started, I wanted to allow the 11-year-old me to say fuck Brock Lesnar for this match. However, going into it, if The Rock was as big as he is now back then, he would have had a fair chance.
Correct.
I think so. Lesnar's like little jig before he like walked to the ring was so fucking cool back then, dog. It was motherfucking.
No, but do that, John, no more.
He'd be lazy with that shit if he does do it too. That's what we both.
He like this. He be doing it like this.
Yeah,
Like, that's not even right.
So that's not how you did it. Go back and watch the tape. You know how you did it. So fucking with it, slow. All right. So essentially, this was a 14-minute squash match, or so I thought. There was one point where The Rock thought that he had shit sewed for Brock Lesnar, and he does the kip up, only to realize, holy shit, Brock Lesnar kipped up at the same time as I did. Yeah. So that was one point where The Rock was looking at the jig. However, they got to a spot where The Rock puts Lesnar in the sharpshooter, and he was doing the sharpshooter. Like, he was really sitting on it. Here's the thing about the sharpshooter, if you're like your casual wrestling fan, right? It just looks like your regular leg lock. However, here's the thing about it. The sharpshooter puts pressure on your lower back. So when you set up the leg lock, you put the foot through the legs, the leg hole, you spin it around. If you're just standing there like The Rock usually did, you're kind of just making it a regular leg lock in which like you're just hanging sort of upside down and it's working on your knees and your quads. However, the technical way to do it, the way the Hart family does it, you shoot through the legs, spin them around, and you sit. You squat real low as you're bending them legs back. That way, you're not only putting pressure on the legs from the actual hold, you're also putting pressure on that lower back. So now you're putting pressure on two parts, at least two major parts of that body. And now the opponent has to make a quick decision fast. That's what it's supposed to depict, pretty much. When The Rock does it, it's just like a simple, hanging leg lock. So I was like, yeah. But this time, The Rock did it the textbook way, and it was excellent. Lesnar was really bear hugging motherfuckers around this time. Like this, Brock Lesnar had such a different move set around this time. I guess because he had an actual move set at the time and not just suplexing motherfuckers left and right. Whatever. The Rock had it with Brock's bullshit and low blowed Lesnar at one point. That was funny. He did Kareem Lesnar into the ring post at one point. Yo, when he Kareem Lesnar into the ring post, Brock got air. I'm talking about your man flew into that motherfucking pole like he hit the top rope part of that pole. I said, holy shit. Then The Rock bottoms Heyman into the announcer's table. That was funny as shit because it was the laziest rock bottom ever.
And I could not believe that. I was like, did he really do it like that?
He tried to let Heyman down so as easily as possible. It was funny as shit. So then Rock bottom, Lesnar kicks out, Rock cursing under his breath. Then he gets rock bottom by Lesnar, which I was like, holy shit. That's where it pretty much goes left from there. I stopped taking notes because I remember exactly how the finish went. F5. The Rock loses. The Rock complains about getting his ass whooped and says, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to Hollywood.
Correct. I have all those same notes.
I remember that. I remember that part vividly. However, shit. Oops. However, we didn't talk about your Eagles, Kenny. How did that game pan out? Because I didn't watch it. Let me tell you.
That's all that matters.
Certainly. Y'all won by 1 point.
Yes.
How y'all won by 1 point, at least?
Well, Carson led us on 2 touchdown drives to end the game. We got down 21-10 because Daniel Jones ran for 80 yards, tripped up.
The very same. The very same.
Mm-hmm. It summarizes the whole NFC East.
Yes.
And Carson made 2 great throws on 2 plus drives. One of those throws was the game-winning touchdown to Boston Scott, who's 5'7". He put it around the money. It was like, oh.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. And Brandon Graham gets the strip sack on defense to recover the ball. That's still in the game. Victory formation.
Nice. Oh, good on you.
Yep, 20. We were down 21-10 with about 5 minutes left.
With 5 minutes left in the game?
Yeah, about 5 minutes left in the fourth.
Oh, wow. What a comeback.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. I'm not even gonna not even gonna shit on it or anything like that.
Yeah, I was like, damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah, man. However,
we're about to die.
However, we're gonna wrap up this episode before we get some final thoughts with what are we in? Week 7? Yes, because last week was week 6. Week 7 of our 8 successful and aspiring Black communities destroyed by white neighbors, in which I have to get to the 3rd page because I forgot which was left. Because 8 is a lot of fucking cities as it is. But again, this is why. Right, Kenny?
Yep.
That being said, I'm going to turn off my screen. You know the vibes. Did DC already. We did Knoxville. All right. So next page is our last 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yes. All right. So that being said, our 7th of 8 successful and aspiring Black communities destroyed by white neighbors is the New York City draft riot of 1863. The draft riot of 1863 was a 4-day eruption of violence in New York City during the Civil War, stemming from deep worker discontent with the inequities of the first federally mandated conscription laws. In addition, the white working class feared that emancipation of enslaved blacks would cause an influx of African American workers from the South. In many instances, employers used black workers as strike breakers during this period. Thus, the white rioters eventually turned their wrath on the homes and businesses of innocent African Americans and anything else symbolic of their growing political, economic, and social power. On July 13th, 1863, organized opposition broke across the city. The protests soon morphed into violent uprising against the city's wealthy elite and its African American residents. The 4-day draft riot was finally quelled by police cooperating with the 7th New York Regiment. Estimates vary greatly on the number of people killed, though most historians believe around 115 people lost their lives, including nearly a dozen black men who were lynched after they were brutally beaten. Hundreds of buildings were destroyed, causing millions of dollars in damage. Up to 50 of the damaged buildings had been burned to the ground by rioters, including the Colored Orphan Asylum, which housed more than 230 black children. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why. Kenny, final thoughts?
No, I don't have any final thoughts this week. Be good to yourselves.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's a valuable advice. Be good to yourself.
I mean, as far as final thoughts go, that's pretty lame, I guess.
What do you got?
Every final thought ain't gotta be intricate. Okay. You lame. And I don't appreciate you calling my advice lame.
I didn't call it lame.
That could have saved somebody's life.
Call the fact that you didn't drag it out lame because I wanted it dragged out because I wanted to finish this point.
Oh, I ain't got nothing to drag, man.
At any rate, my final thought is this.
I've come to the conclusion that I have a very noticeable face. Like a very noticeable face. To the point where people can spot who I am with my mask on before I can even realize who they are and confirm who they are without their mask. Here's what I mean, right? Did that with the high school with, right? He works at one of the mechanic shops around the corner from my house or whatever. I haven't seen this dude in years now. However, I remember his face. Now, he has a full beard now. So when I saw him, when I was dropping off parts to his shop, he goes to sign it. And we just have this moment where we look at each other. And I'm like, I know who this is. However, I have this thing where when I feel like I know who this is, turns out it's not who I think it is. It's never who I think it is. And that's why I let people do it first, right? So I'm like, I'm signing or whatever, but I know who it is. So I'm chumming it up with him as if I know who he is, accordingly. And which that's when he stops and goes, wait, Carlos? I was like, yeah, dude, what's up, man?
Lord have mercy. That's hilarious.
Earlier this morning, I had a drop off like right around the corner from my job. Turns out one of my friend's cousins work at that spot or whatever. I ain't even know. But when I pulled up and I saw his fucking head, I knew exactly who it was. I just needed to see the rest of his face to confirm it. And when she turned around when I pulled up and confirmed it, I was like, oh, snap. My God. So before I could even say what's up to him, I hand him, the little joint to sign off on or whatever. I go, what's good, fam? And he's like, Carlos? Yo, how you been, man? I was like, God damn, my face is really that noticeable? So this is bullshit, man. This is wild. I was like, yeah, bro, what's happening? So, we chop it up for a little bit. I make my round. Literally the following stop, my guy. The following stop was at like this dealership. And I go to like the little part service desk or whatever. I was there first, so I just waited for a couple of seconds. So somebody, walking in, and I peep who it is. Like, he had a mask on too. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell from his forehead and his hairstyle You know what I'm saying? Like I knew exactly who it was. You know what I'm saying? So I go, Delvin? He squinted a little bit. Carlos? It's like, you know it. It's like, yeah, how you been, man? It's like, man, I'm busy, bro. Like, just been busy, bro. Like, but yeah, man, it's just it's dope as shit to know that I'm still recognizable, even during this time where I'm at least doing what we're supposed to be doing, and that's wearing a fucking mask. I'm also glad that the people that I know are also wearing masks to the point where I too have to guess exactly who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I guess my final thought is that at some point we're going to get to the end of this mask wearing phase, and it's going to feel weird because we're going to get to a point where, well, we're at a point now where history is running so quickly, so rapidly. There's so many things going on at once in such a short period of time, to the point where, bro, I listened to Palm Olive by Freddie Gibbs earlier today, and I realized that Maxine Waters reclaiming my timeline was 2 years ago, bro. This was just last year. Mine was blown. Mine was absolutely blown, and that's what I mean. Like time, it is running rapidly to the point where things that happened, you know, in a short period of time ago, feels like it happened so long ago because so much happened in between that time, between then and now. So yeah, we're gonna whenever we get a vaccine to this and we can, you know, safely stop wearing masks and we can go about life, you know, without this fear of possibly catching this. And, you know, if it does attack you and you're not asymptomatic to it, you know, how to go about things from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, to not have that fear. It's just going to feel foreign to us at this point, except for people that never believed in this whole thing at all. If they live through it, then it's just going to be, that's a whole nother can of worms, though. But it will feel foreign, and I just want people to, you know that we're going to get to that point, and when we do get to that point, just, I guess, act like you've been there before. Like, act like we were here. Act like there was life before this entire pandemic. Like, everything is going as it shouldn't right now. But we're going to get to the point where things are going to be going like it is right now, but it's going to be a right time to go about run things right now. And when we get to that point, like, don't act like we've been locked in a cage for the last 15 fucking years. Act like you got some goddamn sense. It took me a while to get around to that, Kenny. I'm sorry. Proceed.
Listen. So bring it home. That's what you're telling me to do.
Indeed, I am.
Okay, my name is Kenneth Whitaker, aka Hendrik Solo, the original on the Falcon. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Just wanna fly like the Falcon through outer space.
Oh, shit.
I'm doing it. You just can't see it. 23 skidoo. 24. 25.
Okay, Last Black Jedi, you will give me my keys back and stop acting like you can come in my house.
Yo, Kenny, get her out of here. Kenny, get her out of here.
Get her out of here. Who's in here?
I don't know. I was going along with your bit.
I just made it up. Okay, whatever. That's fine.
So did I.
Now I'm just waiting for my sound effect.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
You know,
hey, Mr. Ghost Slick Vodka.
You know, it took me so long.
She's hungry. She wants some of Seth's own dressing. She wants to fuck me. She wants my dick in her mouth.
It was amazing how he belted out that line out of breath. That shit was hilarious. I think the fact that he was out of breath made it even funnier.
Yes, it did. She wants to fuck me. She wants my dick in her mouth.
Yes.
That is hilarious.
I'm back.
The American scale. Really. AKA the American scale Buster Rhodes. I'm not gonna say nothing else because I don't have that for that, but it's okay.
Now I'm about to feel bad for Big Flair.
Are you talking shit to me?
Maybe.
Man. Whatever. AKA Nacho Man, I'm a savage. Ooh, yeah. See, one thing you need to know, Mean Gene, is that when the man gets tired, Mean Gene, he still got enough energy to put a thought in her place yet. Because Nacho Man is always prepared to go to war because I am the Nacho King. See, everyone knows that I enjoy a nice hearty nacho with some beef stew. Yeah. Gotta make sure it's cheesy. Can't let it be dry. Mean Gene. You gotta have utmost Tostitos cheese. And if a thought thinks she could get some my Tostitos cheese, bitch, please. Oh, yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, live in line at 7-Eleven. Back to you, Gorilla.
Who passed gas? Yeah.
That's fine.
AKA the very sexual, the very tight,
very tight, yes.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
That is Faja.
Father.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bergbagger is the Elvis Costello.
What the world
needs. Right, exactly. What do you get when you fall?
God, that's what it was. Yeah, that was my shit.
Never fall in love again.
Nah, the musical cameos go crazy, dog, when I was in Powers. It just came in at the perfect time, low key.
It
was perfect.
Now I'm a believer. I'm gonna watch that shit tonight.
Ah, man, what a series.
AKA Vincent Kennedy Black Man. You people. You people. You. People. Yeah.
Fuck you, man. Come on, man. See, this is where we're at now. This is all your fault.
Kenny, you're clipping like hell. Just stop. All right, hoping that I'm not clipping as well on my end to bring it home. I am Carlos Crawford, a.k.a. Super Kicking Booker T out of the NWO with a Kango hat on its chin music, Charlie. So then I thought, yeah. a.k.a. Thick Flair. Did you see the champ yesterday? He beat up Busty Rhodes.
Really?
Yes, really. A.k.a. Whoa, it's snack of all trades. Anything you need, shit, I have it all day. It's big cash and small change going fast in all lanes. They was sleeping on me, but I got them mad over all awake now. There's no denying me bona fide fire every time I speak. The champ, one man dynasty. Whoa, a.k.a. Gelato Graham. In case you're wondering, Graham's Gelato is going swimmingly. We're getting very close to a 55 flavor roster of infused gelato. AKA Ricky Spanglish, he swindled my aunt into buying a car with 200,000 miles on it. He reset the odometer. It broke down once she got home. I'll kill him. Ricky Spanglish. AKA the idiom savant. Listen, Kenny, I just don't know why production can't seek inspiration from our favorite era to make the product lit again. It's not rocket science. That's the idiom. It's not rocket science. AKA Trill Mascaras, man with no face. Jabroni! And bringing it on home. AKA Haystack West. Quick! Help me push the cannon to the edge. Damn, this thing's heavy. Load it up. Gentlemen, take out who's ever trying to come up. I'm going for long distance. Boof. 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 There it is. Great work. Let's all get this cannon to Chavez's palace. Where's that at? Just across this bridge. Oh, great. Let's do it. You're almost about to get out of this island, Kenny. However, that's a wrap on episode 113. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Watch the product. We off this.
We out. 113 episodes in. Dang.